that what we are having now is not being shared live. We can share this live, okay, because they're using Meet. If it's not, I don't know what platform. If it's the free mode, we might not be able to broadcast. A lot of people will see this. Okay, it's being recorded. Probably she will
Yes.
still play it. A lot of people that she might not even know, will still see it. That's our online presence. Okay, so when she met me, I told her that so I'll be meeting new people. I'm happy. Oh, I'll be meeting new people. They'll be meeting me. Everybody is growing like that. So that is what your online presence will do for you. Important. So we are going to building blocks of strong online presence. What this means is your strategies for building your online presence. Number one is establish a professional website or blog. As you're looking at me, when we are talking about your online presence, it is about your intentionality. You have to be really intentional. You cannot be jack of all trade, you'll be master of none.
Mm.
So this place we are talking about niching down. So you see that glass cup, wine cup, that all of I don't know the name of that wine cup that looks like pyramid or something. You will niche down when you establish yourself as a thought leader. It might even be in early years. Me, I don't know more than early years. Everything I talk about is early years. So they know that you are Mama early years or Baba early years. My own is talking about social studies, though. Social studies, though. They will know you, and it is from that social study you will also be amazed because you'll be doing your research. Okay, you will establish your foot that this is my area. So when anybody wants to call you, they will call you for. If you are saying, "Oh, I want to have a webinar now, oh, and I'm looking for somebody that is in early years," names will come pop up. Then we begin to see your work. Do you have what I need, or are you suitable for this set of people? Okay. So going back to my professional website or blog, on LinkedIn, I do newsletter every week. In fact, somebody challenged me to that newsletter. I saw a newsletter in January, and she was having 2,000 and something. She started January 2023. She was talking about it January 2024. Do you know that right now my newsletter, the subscribers are over 3,000? Me, I'm just
Wow.
starting. And the only thing I'm talking about is digital. I am a digital citizenship education advocate. Okay, so the only thing I'm talking about, and I have established myself. My friends, they will tell you. I don't know if you know, or if I will say that when they are talking about digital citizenship in Nigeria now, they must mention you because I have tried to. It is intentional. I am a school leader, yes. I am
Mm.
a teacher, yes. But I say this one, no. I want to create. I want to carve a niche for myself in it, and I did it. Your social media. Okay, so apart from the newsletter, I even write for EduGist. You don't have to write for anybody. You can do your newsletter. You can be posting your article. You can be
Yeah.
doing normal. You have the AI, I mean, to help you. It's not like you don't have any idea. You just put it, but you prompt it. You put your idea. It will put it well for you. You have a lot of things inside of you. You want the world to read your article. You want them to know what you know. You want to impact the world. This is where you begin. You might start and people are not really seeing you, they're not really following you. It does not matter. Do you know that there are some people watching you? I have a coach in Lagos, Coach Ro. He called me and he told me that that thing that you are doing, continue. Don't relent. I said, what is that? I said the newsletter. He was just saying I should just continue because it's beginning to get attention. And you will see how many likes on the newsletter. You feel people are not following. Those people that it's not their like that I want. That is not what I want. I want to establish myself. And the prayer is that where it matters the most, they will see it. So it's not by the number of
Mm.
likes. It's not by the number of likes. So the second one is you utilize your social media platform. Be very intentional. If you are sending a connection to me, or if I'm sending a connection to LinkedIn, if you don't have a profile picture, I will not accept your connection, or I will not send your connection to you. Your profile picture
Yeah.
should be professional. I'm looking at your picture. It should be clear as crystal, not a blurry picture. It's not professional. I also want to be very careful because if you're not careful with the kind of people you mingle with, you don't want them to drag you down. I don't want to
Yes.
just send a connection request to you or accept when your tagline again. What are you, a teacher? Are you an educator? Put it, it doesn't matter. You are a teacher, a proud one, not pride though. You are happy being a teacher. Your social media platform should be created with intentionality. Your profile should carry fire. It should carry fire. But your profile should not carry fire, and when they touch you, you are water. Oh. No. Carry fire and you prepare yourself as such. When they reach out to you, it's the same. Then online learning communities, like what we are doing, I know that some of us belong to different groups and all that. Leverage it very well. I will still talk to this madam later. I'll talk to her about 1 million teacher. It's a platform that teachers can also, maybe she'll bring it to you, where you can also do so many courses. So when I talk to her, she'll get back to you. Then the learning management system, you can, if you're in the classroom. I spoke with a parent. He was telling me that I will not believe a teacher. He went out of his way. The children were writing checkpoint. He's not even the class teacher. He organized a free online class to prepare those children. Do you know what that teacher has done in the heart of that man? You don't even. So, and that man is a kind of person that is willing to assist anybody. He will even tell me, let me know, I can invest in anything that you want to do. That teacher has been able to work on him, and he has deposited emotionally in him. There's no way the teacher will come up with something good. This is somebody that is willing to support anybody. You can just imagine. And the learning management system does not necessarily have to be the ones that we are paying for in the school. Your Google Meets, like we're having, right? Google Classroom. You can use Zoom. Just have a platform where you can reach out to these children. You can also assess them. You know how to make use of this. As much as you're building your social media presence, you're writing blog or article, you're also learning. Then it is also important to carry our children, because our learners are the ones that will carry our story. I have my learners. If I want to tell my story now, I have them. In fact, their parents are the one that will sit them down and say, you have to do this thing very well. They will be reminding them, right? I'm sure we want to do that. Okay, so best practices for online engagement. Be authentic. It is very important for you to be authentic and transparent. Don't go and try to be like Soji Bra. Soji Bra is not going to try to be like Madam Raina. No. Be authentic. There's something so spectacular, so beautiful that is just inside of you, that the world needs to, witness, enjoy, learn from, gain from. So be authentic. When you're authentic, you cannot run out of idea. It's not possible. Because it is just about you. It is just innate. But when you're trying to imitate, they say imitation leads to limitation. There might be problem on the way. So you share your experiences. You are a teacher. It does not matter. Your experience is your experience. Some other people need that experience. You share your successes, your challenges authentically, without trying to. Maybe you see some people, the way their challenges is some people's success. I don't want to say this thing so that they will not feel like I'm not. No, it is not about them. It is that raw, crude challenge that you have that will be touching somebody, because it is authentic. It is not makeup. You'll be helping a lot of people, and people will even follow you for being authentic, because they know that they will get it raw the way it is. And then your solution, you have weathered the storm. You will talk about it. They might, borrow from your idea or take the idea and make it better before using it. Then engage with audience. Some of us, we are very funny. You will post, people will respond. You will not respond. Or maybe you feel that you have grown enough when they are now chatting, or you will not respond, not even ordinary like. It doesn't make sense. If you post and people are responding on your post, you need to engage. You will see that LinkedIn will even say that you should engage for wider reach. Engage your audience, somebody that has paid attention, even if the person is learning from you. Engage, even if it's thank you. Oh, I'm glad you found it useful. Ordinary like, or if you are that busy, engage with your audience. That way they know you. That way they get to see that, okay, you're accessible, you are there, you have the passion for education. But you are just posting and you are doing, madam, you're on your own. Then share valuable content. Like I said, create a niche. Don't talk about digital citizenship education today, tomorrow math, next tomorrow. So me, I can talk about so many things because I've been able to niche down. People know me for who I am already, right? I can now do so many things, but I am not jack of none. I know my strength. Share valuable content that people can learn from. people can gain from, or people can that can add, value to people. Like they say, value for value. You don't want to share something that people they see today, they eat tomorrow, they eat. They will not even look at your post again, and you don't want to create that perception for yourself. Am I making sense, please?
Yes, you are, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Okay, so lastly on this slide is maintain professionalism. You have to uphold professional standards in all your online interaction and communications. People can be very funny on your post. It's your opinion, no. You are posted and they are there to crucify you. You have to contain your anger. You have to be professional. You don't go about fighting, nagging, or being unprofessional. People are looking out for you. People are watching you. You don't know. So somebody might pick interest in what you post, and the person is dying. You don't. In fact, if you know the person, you will just be praising God. You will not know. Then you will just go and goof, and that will be the turn off. You don't want that. You have to don't allow anybody to drag you. Don't be too excited to lose it, or don't just be professional, especially on LinkedIn. It's a professional platform. On Facebook, you can find me dancing. On TikTok, there's nothing I cannot do. Facebook, but on my LinkedIn handle, no, I'm very serious. I'm a serious person when you get there. Okay? So, managing online presence effectively. One is for you to set your clear goals. For example, I've been posting. You know what I did for the past 2-3 weeks now? I reduced the way I'm posting. Now that I reduce the way I'm posting, I am getting more engagement on my post anytime I post now than ever before. Now I have intentionally build it, my online presence to that point. And I have goals. Now, my newsletter, I will post it. I will write article for editors, I will give them. If I have a story, a very beautiful story, professional story to share, I post it. I am not, before I want to always post because I was just starting. Okay. Now, establish boundaries. Maintain a balance between your professional and personal life. Let's not mix everything together, because our online presence is giving a lot of perception and that we don't have control over. We don't have control over whatever wrong perception we have given to people, and that's how it will go. Monitor and evaluate. So on LinkedIn, to say you can see your insights, even on Facebook, your insights, you will see it. You will see your impression. How many people have seen your post? You have to be intentionally monitoring these things. So you even know the kind of things for example, if you're just starting off now, you want to set goals, you want to create a niche for yourself. You might not really know which one will make sense, right? You have so many things. You should know the one you have passion for. But the one you're talking about that you see that people are engaging the most, I think that's the one that you have to go for. And how do you know this? Is by monitoring what you post. You monitor, you evaluate, and say, okay, this is gaining traction. Like people are, this is all about branding, right? It's about impact. And you don't want to talk about things that will not impact people. You want to talk about things that will impact people. So when you monitor, you also evaluate, you look at it that this is making a lot of impact and you are achieving your purpose, then you go all out for it. Please, if there is any question, let me know, please. Now, there are challenges that comes with being online, creating your online presence, privacy and security concerns. Do you know that this past week, oh my God, a teacher of mine was, a number was hacked, okay? Another parent just today, his number has been hacked. My driver, I don't know how they hacked into his account. He just told me now that anytime they pay salary, he's always rushing to collect his salary away from the bank because they will take everything. Security is germane, very important. You have to safeguard your personal information. Some of us on Facebook, if you go and I want to give us an assignment, right? Go to Google, type your name, the way your name is on LinkedIn or Facebook, type it and let's see what will come out. You need to be intentional. Go back to your handles and correct any nonsense that people must have posted. Go and do your setting. Anybody that is tagging you, you must approve it on Facebook before it shows on your timeline. That Facebook is something else. You will, if you're not careful, they will just be tagging people that are selling rice, custom, people that are selling cars, people that are doing, posting nonsense videos and images that shouldn't even be seen with you. That's what you'll be seeing on your timeline. Then you should be very careful to do your two-step what do they call it now? Two-step, what is it? Verification or authentication.
Authentication.
Thank you. So that nobody hack your. A lot of times I see that they have always been trying to hack. Do you even know what I do? So when I even get this code sent to me, immediately I delete it because I don't trust these people. You can't trust people. So let it not even be. Let us delete it away. I see many attempts. Sometimes I will sit down on my desktop. I will remove all my device from. I will just go to Facebook, go to all of these places, and see where this app has been on the devices I've used it. I'll go and remove them from all of those devices. We need to be very careful. It is very important for you to safeguard your personal information, maintain privacy setting on social media platforms, and be mindful of what you share online. Even on LinkedIn, there's the two-step authentication there. Time management is another thing. Allocate dedicated time for managing your online presence. Otherwise, you'll be overwhelmed. People ask me, how do I do it? I don't know. There was a time I made up my mind that I would, in the night before I sleep, well, before I know I want to post my newsletter on Tuesday. So before I sleep, my newsletter is ready. When I wake up after my prayers, that's the first thing I post it and I go to work. Maybe in between around 12, I can now go and check. It is intentional because you don't want this to affect your productivity at work, and you don't want your job to deprive you of building a very good online presence for yourself. Then digital literacy. You have to equip yourself with the necessary digital skills to navigate online platforms effectively. You have to seek training, be intentional about your digital footprint. It is very important though. You see all of those, if you check yourself now, you will see whether you're on Pinterest, whether all of the platforms that you have been to. If you're not careful, some sites that you have visited might even come up, it might pop up. All those are set cookies, and some of us, some things that we are watching, we don't want people to know. We don't want the world to know that we are seeing those things. They will see it. People will see it. If I want to look for you, I do that too. When you're talking to me, you're reaching out to me. If I'm not looking or checking you up on LinkedIn, I can put your name on Google. Google will just bring it out, and I will just see it. Okay, oh, this is what this person is. It's okay. It's fine by me. So you have to be digital literate, and also information. Some of us will just carry information, you just dump it, we are just forwarding. You're not checking if it is fact, if it is true. Now, if I am following you on LinkedIn or any social media and I see that you always post and you always goof, if you say something the next, I will not believe you because I would just know that you don't confirm news before posting. And nobody wants that. Okay, so that's why data literacy is very important, and you have to be intentional about it. I would have gone deeper, but I don't have time. Right now, case studies and examples of teachers that have fantastic online presence. Do you know this lady here?
I had to look her up.
Oh my God, you Adiola Adefemi. Oh Jesus. This lady, towards the end of last year till now, it's just as if it's our time. I'm surprised that we don't know how. This is a Martina Teacher of
I
the
know. I
Year.
had to look.
Yeah,
I had to look her up.
yeah. Martina Teacher of the Year. And then she also won this AU African Union Teachers Award, Best Teacher in Africa as it stands. This is the lady, Adiola Adefemi. She's
Yes.
in a public school here in Lagos. And she had so many awards, but even then, I think is it Inspire? Is it Inspire now that they do in middle hall? She still won the best teacher. That same last year. She's
Wow.
all of the awards, all of
Wow.
the competition. She's been winning since last year, back to back. Everything that she has
Wow.
put her hands on this 2023, 2024, she has won everything. Adiola Adefemi. She's
Wow.
a teacher. And she said it is an online presence. You know, some of this application, when you're applying, they will ask you to put your LinkedIn handle.
Yes.
You know, so when they ask you to put your LinkedIn,
Yes.
it's your online presence that they are going to look at. Like I said, because I'm applying for Martina Teacher of the Year, it's not today that we now start putting all of those things I've been doing. Some of us are doing really well in the class, but we are not. You need to tell your story. It is your story. It is your story, and people should learn from it. So they will now
Yes.
go. They will sit down on your handles and begin to check. I hope they will not find posts that they are not supposed to find on your hand. That's why you have to take care of it really well. Then the other teacher there is Teacher Chike. He's also a government school teacher. I think he's a runner-up Martina Teacher of the Year, and he's doing really well. Teacher Chike, really, really well. You can also check him up. There's so many of them. Oh. There's Olasukomi Okwefa. There's Kemi Ogunsoya. There's so many people there. So many educators making waves and doing really well now. And we wouldn't have known these people if they're not intentional about their online presence.
Yes.
So it
Yes.
is because they put effort in building their online presence. So in fact, as we speak, there's a guy in Ogun State, Tajuddin Odufeso, right? Last year, Cambridge Award was given to a Nigerian in Ogun State, inside bush. This year again,
Yes, I saw that.
a Nigerian has won the regional, and when we say the regional, that's Africa. He has won. So it's the world now, in the world now. Cambridge teacher. Everybody's voting for him. And these are teachers that are in the, but because they are intentional about their online presence, everybody can. I voted for him. I shared his post because I know what he's doing. I see what he's doing. But if you are not putting the right foot out, and we don't know, if you even get to that stage, everybody will be wondering, where are you coming from? Suddenly, do we know you?
Yeah.
Do we know you? So how many people, you will not be going from pillar to post? You will not be calling, they will not be saying, go and meet this person, he has a connection. Go and meet this person, he has is visible. No. But when you are visible, when you put it out there, all of
Yeah.
us around you because we already know, we know you. Okay, so in conclusion, an effective online presence is a powerful tool for modern educators. As you're growing, as your learners are growing, you are also growing. Because you don't want those children to go enter school, graduate from school, and now they are not coming back to meet their teacher in the same or even worse, in a worse state. No, you don't want that to happen. You want them to finish and be saying that man that you're seeing, yes, is my teacher. They'll be proud because they will not come back and meet you on the same level. They are growing, you're
Level.
growing.
Yeah.
That way, you're also telling those younger generation that you can be a teacher because there is room for growth in education. Okay? So by leveraging digital platforms strategically, teachers can enhance communication, collaboration, and professional growth. Remember to stay authentic. You have to be consistent and mindful of privacy and security concern. Thank you and God bless you. If you have a question, I don't know whether
Thank you very much.
yeah.
Thank you very much, Miss Ola. Okay, I saw Anna Ele. Is that Mr. or Miss Anna Ele? I think you have a question. I see your hand. Oh, please unmute your mic and ask your question. Mr. Anna Ele or Mrs. Anna Ele. Sorry, I just saw the name. It's not the full name I'm seeing. Please unmute your mic and ask your question if there's any question, if you have any question. Does any other person have a question for our speaker? Is it online presence is really crucial. A lot of my former pupils have reached out to me online. For some of them from on Facebook, some of them on Instagram. They've all looked for me, sent me friend requests, started following me. Sometimes sent me a DM, and it's so wonderful when I speak with them. And sometimes I keep on wondering, so what if what I'm posting is a picture of me half naked? So what would this child think? Just yesterday I spoke with one of them. Some of my former colleagues here will know him, Jafia. Jafia just went connected to me on Instagram. Yes, he just sent me a message and I looked at Jafia and Gilari, and I was so happy. I was just telling my husband, what if what I just posted was something against what I believe, something against what I used to teach them? What would he have said?
And he
I'm
said,
sure he would have looked at everything I posted online before reaching out to me. So we need to be intentional. We need to be careful. I think that's the word, careful of the things that we put out there. Because these children these days, a 10-year-old already has a device and also has social media handles and can look for you. So we need to be careful. Thank you very much, Ms. Shola. Ms. Shola has put in her on the chat. You can check. She has her links there for her social media handles. You can follow her up and see all the beautiful things that she's doing. And I have already intended to do something on LinkedIn for teachers in case you don't have a LinkedIn profile and you want to optimize it, you want to beef it up, because recently on CVs, you have to have your LinkedIn, the link for your LinkedIn profile there. If you go for interviews, they'll ask you what's your LinkedIn profile and everything. Some of them, even Instagram, they need to see what you're doing there. So I'm putting up something very soon for those that are interested, those that don't have LinkedIn pages you want to have, or those that want to optimize their own. Let's work together and make our profession stand out the way the doctors, the engineers, lawyers, accountants are doing theirs. Thank you very much, Mrs. Shola. God bless you so much. Ms. Jules, you ready?
I think I am. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Yes,
yes, I
I
can hear
can
you.
hear you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you once more, Miss Rahina. Rahina, my Rahina. It's such a joy to be here with everyone. I will just share
Yeah,
my screen so that we get along with it. Um, Let me
okay.
see if I can work this thing out. There's something that has to do with computer. We're all teachers, we're all learning. So let me see. I have a few colleagues here, so let me see if I'm getting it right. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, I'm using the
Yes.
phone, so
Ye-
please, if you can see her screen very well. My laptop
Yes.
has decided to misbehave.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so I'll start sharing my screen.
Okay, yes,
So
I
good
see it.
evening once more. My name is Juliet Goji. I don't do well with titles, so I always tell everyone to call me Juliet Goji. As Renina has said, I'm the deputy head at Abuja Press, and today she wants me to talk about mastering your wardrobe etiquette as a teacher. So our first speaker has spoken a lot about online presence and the importance of putting yourself out there so that when potential employers come, they look at your profile and they see what you're all about. But presentation is key as well. And I want us to think about it in this way. As a teacher, as Regina said, most times everybody looks down on a teacher. If I enter into the room, most people don't know I'm a teacher until I open my mouth to say I'm a teacher. Why? Because the way I carry myself is very, very important. And I want all of us to look at it that way too as well. Carrying yourself with professionalism, carrying yourself with confidence, because I bet you the work you do in the classroom is amazing. And it is enough that you get to deal with children that look up to you every day. And then when you come out of your class, you have to deal with parents too as well. And we always say that you dress up so that parents don't look down on you. Dressing up doesn't take a lot of money. Presenting yourself in a professional way is not something that we'll consider breaking the bank. So we'll just go through a few slides
Yeah.
here, which I know we all know. we're just trying to remind ourselves because, like I said, this is not information that is new. It's something that we all talk about. It's something that we're all passionate about, and we just want that to show out as teachers so that we get a feel of it. So today we're going to be talking about dress code, basic professional attires for male teachers, female teachers, dressing up for specific occasions, grooming and personal hygiene, and then dressing for comfort and confidence. Because, of course, yes, you're a teacher, you dress for comfort, regardless of whatever the class you're teaching. Because most schools feel that it's the earliest teachers that always have to come for comfort. No, whether you're teaching from the early years all the way to secondary, you have to be comfortable in whatever you're wearing because you're going to spend the whole day. Teachers go to school at 7:30 and most times you leave, sometimes you're there till 5. So if you're there from 7:30 to 5 and you're wearing stilettos, oh my God, I wonder what your feet will look like at the end of the day. So these are the kind of things that we should think about when we're dressing and we're going to school. So I just want to ask a little question. So if we take a look at this image, what do we notice about the teacher's attire? Her grooming. Some people may think it's appropriate, but what do you think? If you could just 2 comments or 3 comments about this attire, then we move on. Anybody that wants to comment can go ahead. So what do you think about her look in the classroom? Can anybody hear me?
Can't see this. Nothing is showing on the screen.
You can't see my screen?
It's
You're
just playing.
sharing the video. You're
She has not
sharing
started her presentation yet. I don't think she started her.
You're
She started
joking.
in. We are seeing your face now.
Really? All you can see is my face?
We can see your face now. Three.
Okay, let me share this and see how it works. So can you see this now?
Not yet. We can't see. Okay.
Not
Okay. Yes, we can see it now.
Okay, can you see this first picture?
Yes, we can. I can see
Yes.
it now.
Hello?
We see it now.
We
Yeah.
can see your screen.
Yes, we can see it.
You can see. Hello?
We were seeing your screen.
Until it stopped.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes,
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
We can hear you. We can see your beautiful face. We can't see your
I
screen.
can't hear anyone.
We can hear you.
I don't know why I'm not able to share my screen. Maybe I'm doing it wrongly.
Hello, Miss Juliet.
It
You
was
said
your screen was
a
showing.
moment ago. We saw the screen a moment ago. It just went off now.
Okay. Okay. Can you see it now?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, yes.
Not yet.
Yes, we can
Yes,
see it.
yes.
We can
Yes.
see it now.
Oh, praise the Lord, internet and technology. That's why we.
Hallelujah.
This is Miss
I'm
Juliet
sorry,
now.
I'm a very
Play,
goofy.
play.
I'm a very goofy person. I'm never serious. So please, I'm a very unserious person, but I have so much passion for the job I do. So I'm always very happy to make mistakes. So let's get it going. So please, can you see this image now?
Yes,
Yes,
we
Yes.
can.
Okay, so just type in the comments. What do you think about this teacher's image? Miss Regina, read out the responses, please. Let's see. Do you think she's appropriately dressed for school, for work? On a Monday morning, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? What do you think?
Anybody can answer.
They're typing their comments in, I think, if you check.
Okay.
Friday.
Gangster dressing. Who wrote that? Somebody say it's a gangster dressing. She's not, Cynthia, Miss Cynthia says she's not dressed properly.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's possible
Miss
she's dressed
Miss Debbie
for an
says
event.
dancer dressing. Miss Silverlyn says she's dressed for Friday. Miss Awa says she's dressed down, very laid back, probably a Friday. Miss Cynthia says she's not dressed for a Monday morning. Mr. Minang said it depends on the activity she intends doing with the children. Miss Amelia said, I think it depends on what the event is.
Okay, so you see, okay, that's enough. Thank you, Miss Rahina. So everybody has different perspectives about dress codes. Like we whatever the case may be, we look at culture too as well, and the location of our school. If you look at this picture, I'm sure this school is in the US or the UK, and for them, there are certain leeways when it comes to dress codes in some certain schools. But here in Nigeria, of course, yes, we have this culture shock where we always have to do a lot of things considering our culture. So some people might think is appropriate, while some might not. Some schools might think is okay. As some people have said, depending on the activity that is being held for the day, it's possible that this kind of attire can fly for the day. So we'll move on. Thank you very much for your responses. So as teachers, it's very important for us to understand how we dress at school, because our dressing sets a positive tone to our children. I like this write-up here, this quote that says, when you're dressing for the day as a teacher, always look at your outfit from a student's eye view. So most times when I come into school and I know I'm looking very good, most times children will come to me and say, oh, Miss Juliet, I like what you're wearing. Oh, Miss Juliet, you look very pretty. Like today, on Friday, I wore adire, and at the bottom it had these frilly things. I don't know what to call it. They look like tassels at the end of the dress. So every class I entered, I found every child trying to braid the end of my dress. It happened in an early class. It happened with a year 6 child too as well. Those of us that think that they are adults in year 6, they're actually not. So it shows that whatever you're wearing is not only being appealing to you as well, it's considering the children in your class. Because if our children are supposed to emulate us, we are supposed to come up looking the way that they want to look. Unfortunately, teachers play a very important role in the lives of children. A lot of parents dump them off at school with us at 7:30, pick them up at 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So we spend majority of their lives. They spend majority of their lives with us. So it is very important that we give that impression that would want someone to aspire to be like us, to remember us for something that is key. They only want to remember us because we taught them well. They will remember us for a lot of things. I remember one of my colleagues, although she's not with me now, I can call her name, Miss GT. There was something that everyone always liked about Miss GT. Miss GT was always looking clean. Very, very clean. If there was one thing, every child in Abuja Prep loved Miss GT. Why? Because she always looked nice. And she was always known for that. So it's something for us to think about. The type of clothing we're wearing, our jewelry, our makeup. Some of us, we have to be very particular about how we dress. Some of us will wear very long dangling earrings. You're coming to school. It might be okay at the place where you work. Some of us do those very long braids all the way to our butt. It might be okay wherever you're coming from. But regardless of whatever it is, we have to emulate or show forth what we want our students to and how we want to be addressed by parents. So we'll go to dress codes. A lot of schools have different dress codes. So if you're working in a school, it's very important that you familiarize yourself with the dress code of your school, because I know it to be included in your teacher handbook, how you're supposed to dress to school.
Most schools will say for the woman, casual corporate. Most schools will say corporate for the men with the tie and the suit and everything. So it depends. So it's very important that you familiarize yourself with the school policy in terms of dressing. And it's always true. When you're not sure of what to wear, just go corporate. You never go wrong looking very corporate. You never go wrong. It's better to be overdressed corporately than to be underdressed, where everybody will think that maybe you had a bad day. Because they always tell teachers, leave your baggage at the gate. When you're coming in, you are professional. Whatever you have left outside when you're leaving school, you pick it up. So we need to consider that too as well when we're dressing up. So dressing appropriately too as well, to show respect to your employers, to show respect for yourself, and also to respect everyone that is around you. Because like I said, we have people of different religious backgrounds, we have people of different cultures that might find some kind of dressing offensive. So we have to be very, very careful where we put all of this into consideration and we do what is right when it comes to dress codes in our school. So the next slide, let's just look at something professional for women. Smart casuals, as we said, blouses, very nice, skirts, not above your knee, so far above your knee. I think most times when we wear far above our knee, we find a lot of us wearing pantyhose inside. If you're comfortable with that, fine. If you are not going to wear pantyhose, don't wear anything above your knee. Because as teachers, we always drop on the carpet. When you're folding your leg on the carpet and you're wearing something short or something that is inappropriate, all your kids are going to see are your legs. The younger ones might not react, but I bet you the older ones from year 4 to year 6 will react and they will have something to say. And them having something to say is you becoming the topic of discussion. Also as well, in terms of our accessories too as well, like I said, your long earrings, not really necessary. Just wear something that you are comfortable with, that it doesn't look as if you're going for a party or it's a gangster. As somebody said, the teacher was dressed as a gangster. So whatever the case may be, you have to look appropriate when it's time to go to school. So let's look at the men. Some of our men, I'm sorry, if you can hear, I have a 6-year-old in the background. And as I said, it's always very difficult doing these meetings with kids in the house. So 1 minute, give me 1 minute, I'll be with you. Give me 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. I'm sorry for the interruption. 1 minute, 1 minute, I'm coming for you. Go, 1 minute, thank you. Okay, so sorry about that. I'm always very unserious. I'm sorry. So professional attire for men. Yes, suits. If your school says you should wear suits, why not? Shirts, of course, yes. Nice shirts tucked in. If you have to wear a tie, why not wear a tie? Don't wear a blue shirt, yellow tie with orange stripes. Come on, are you a clown? You have to do like this color coordination is very important. Or you wear yellow shirt, green trouser, red tie. It's not only the women that are caught, the men too. You have to put some effort into your dressing. One of my colleagues is here too now, Mr. Mine. Mr. Mine always dressed really, really good. Mr. Mine is the UK now, and he's still, when we see his pictures, we're like, Mine is wearing tie. Oh, Mine looks really, really nice, because in Abuja, we stopped wearing ties because it's all about being comfortable. So he looks very, very sharp, and he's always coordinated. I have one other colleague here. He's not here, Mr. Innocent. Mr. Innocent dresses to kill. He takes his time. If he's going to wear a suit, he coordinates. If he's going to wear traditional, he coordinates from the top to the bottom. Everything goes very well. So I think male teachers as well, we need to put a lot of effort too as well into dressing, because sometimes we feel it's just the women. It's not just the women. You as a male teacher too, you seek that affirmation from parents too as well, where they can recognize you as the person that is in charge of the class. So we also have to put a lot of effort into how we dress as men too as well. So like I said, most of these things is not, you don't have to break the bank. I'm always one that loves to thrift. I enjoy thrifting. Why? Because I feel I go to thrift stores and I find unique pieces that I'll not find anywhere. So when I buy my thrift stuff and I come and I pair them this and this, at the end of the day, when you look at me, you're like, where did you get this from? I say, okay, let's go. I know where I got it from. Let's go buy. So like I said, it's not about breaking your bank. It's about thinking about it and putting a lot of effort into it so that when I step out of my house, I'm representing me, I'm representing my family, I'm representing where I'm coming from, I'm representing my qualification, because teachers, we are very, very educated. The job that we do cannot be, if there were no teachers in this world, no other person will be able to blow their trumpet. So we have to lift ourselves up so that they don't look down on us. So it's all about presentation. I will deviate a bit. Presentation too as well, in terms of how we talk, how we speak, what we say. I've always said, if I'm unsure of what to say, I will pause. If I know that I'm not going to pronounce the word correctly, I will pause, think about it before I speak. So speaking as well is a form of presentation, is a form of who you are. So parents shouldn't know you as, hi, if you speak to that teacher, all you hear is present tense participle in one sentence. So what is he teaching my child? I hate it when parents say that. What is he teaching my child? Or what does it truly? I don't like that. So it just makes us look as if we don't know what we're doing. So you can't blame them, because we have given them the opportunity. The way you've presented yourself to them, that's why they address you that way. So as much as possible, we have to be very intentional about building up our capacity as a teacher and how we present ourselves outside. So the next thing is dressing for specific occasions, which I love, by the way. And I want to encourage all of us here, teachers. There's something about all the events that you're having in your school. Book day, upside down day, jeans day, rag day. Please don't come in your suit and tie when it is rag day. Why? These are children that you're teaching. Most schools do pajama day. We didn't say you should come with your pajamas. You will have pajamas that are long with trousers under, and you will form part of the whole celebration. Your children will identify with you more. I don't want us to think that, oh, it's only the teachers in the early years that need to do this. No, all over, all the way. If there's an event that is happening in your school, dress to suit that event. I think aside from sports day and then any other event that is in your calendar, I think the only other time that teachers put a lot of effort, from what I've seen, is during parent-teacher conferences. So yes, of course, if a parent is coming to see you, you have to look really nice. You have to present yourself. Don't come to school wearing your slippers for parent-teachers conferences. Sit down, smell very nice, have the report, make sure you present yourself, speak properly. If it's sports day, dress for sports day. Don't come with your dress for sports day. So just put effort in it. If your school says on Friday is casual, you can wear your traditional, wear your traditional. But I'm not saying wear this thing, buba, and that you won't be able to walk around with. Just wear something that you're comfortable with and you can be part of the day, so that you don't stick out like a sore pin. Because most times when they are having events and you don't put an effort into it, you stuck out like a sore pin, and everybody's like, hey, she didn't dress. How come that teacher is not dressing? And then when the children in your class don't come dressed for the way they're supposed to dress when you're having events, and then you'll be like, oh, the parent didn't put an effort. You didn't put an effort either. So please think about that too as well when we are getting dressed. Now, personal hygiene. I think we have forgotten a lot about personal hygiene, because we find that our workload in the class is getting more. We have a lot of schools that are imbibing a lot of different curriculums, and then the expectation from teachers keep growing and growing. So most times when we're going out of our house, we just wear our clothes and we're out of the house. If there's one thing I always tell every female teacher that I come across is, whatever the case may be, wear your lipstick. If there's something that everybody knows is that Miss Juliet always has lipstick on. Even if I don't do makeup on my face, I will always have my lipstick on. Why? Because it brightens up my face. I'm not saying you people should spend time doing concealer and no. Think about all of that. Spray your deodorant. This goes as well for the men too as well. Take care of yourself. During the day, if you feel your breath is beginning to smell in a certain way, during your break time, after you've had your lunch, pop in a chewing gum or a mint or something, just so that when a parent walks in, they're not just smelling your Eddie Kong that you have just finished eating in the staff room. Also, smell nice. It is very important to smell nice. I love to smell nice, and I always encourage everybody around me to smell nice. Like I said, it's not about breaking the bank. It's about working within your means and making sure that you have a good personal hygiene. Sometimes we have colleagues that need to come to school very early because of wherever they're staying. So most of them arrive at school very early before school starts, and they might go into their classroom and want to nap first before everybody comes into school. Keep a spare toothpaste and toothbrush in the classroom so that when you nap, go into the toilet, brush your teeth, tear up your face, and look nice. It's very important that we start taking these things seriously because, like I said, if you're not passionate about what you do, it will show. We have teachers that are only there for the money. No, I think teaching goes beyond that. Nobody can pay us enough. I repeat, there is no school management that can pay you enough for what you do. Instead, you pay yourself by taking care of yourself and making sure that you make a good impact with the people that are around you. And who are the people around you? Your colleagues and your children that you teach every day, that you come in contact with every day. So, dressing for comfort. Yes, choose clothes that are comfortable all day. Clothes that you know that you can whip out a split when you need to whip out a split in the classroom, because teachers were very dramatic. So if you're doing role play and before you know it, you've just just wear something that is comfortable. Like I always say, if you come to school with your stilettos, it's fine. Have really nice Crocs or something that you can wear in your classroom and you're comfortable with around the classroom, because our work is one that we don't sit in one place. We're jumping from one corner to the other. We have to walk here. We have to go here. If your TA is not here, you have to follow your kids to this place for maybe a specialist subject, or you have to go downstairs for break. And when you're downstairs for break, oh, Miss Juliet is downstairs for break. I want her to play. Let's run. Let's kick a ball. Let's do this. Think about all of that and be more intentional about your comfort. Comfort is key. Comfort is key. Please, let's remember that comfort is key at all times. I'm almost at the end. So at the end, being dressing professionally as a teacher is essential for creating a positive learning environment and earning respect from students, parents, and your colleagues. Respect, 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 respect. Respect, very important. Goes both ways, with your colleagues, with your students, with the parents. Parents, the customers, they are the ones that they are the ones that sell the school. Your parents are the ones that sell your school. And if you are not presented properly, how would they sell your school to others? So please, let's think about that. Then by adhering to wardrobe ethics and guidelines and maintaining a polished appearance, you set a positive example and contribute to the overall professionalism of your school. Because when you take that staff picture at the end of the year and you see how good everyone's picture, you nod your head and you say, gosh, I'm proud to be in this space, because you don't know where that picture will go. And then when they see you looking very tattered, it becomes a problem. So please, 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 let's take that seriously. And in the end, Self-care is giving the world the best of you instead of what is left of you. Thank you very much. So we've come to the end of my presentation. If you have any questions, please
Thank
ask.
you, Ms. Jules.
Thank you.
Questions, please. Questions, please. Or something somebody wants to say, remember something while she was speaking, or while Mrs. Shola was speaking, I want to say something. Yes, Miss Amelia, can I hear you? That's my son's teacher. He has refused to graduate from her class. Yes, Miss Amelia.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Miss Amelia, we can hear you.
Okay. Earlier, and to also a lot of us are really doing amazing things. School community, and I'm seeing fantastic teaching technique. Really no record of it. There's really no documentation of it. You're not applauding yourself enough. It's really important right now that we, as Juliet said, I know lots of teachers always complain about, our salary isn't enough to look as good. Have like 15 or 20 clothing items in their wardrobe, and the way they mix and match, like Miss Juliet said, they always look like $1,000,000. And really, you are addressed how you want to. You addresses you most likely comes from how you are dressed. So please, it's really important to set the standard and give yourself the value that you really have, and then before you know it, you're flying.
All right, thank you, Miss Amelia, for that. Thank you. Remember, you dress the way you want to be addressed. And I don't know, everybody feels that way. When you dress up, when you dress nice, when you're dressed beautifully, there's this confidence that comes when you're walking to school or walking to your place of work, even if it's the church. So if you dress that way every day, you will have that confidence that you need. Thank you, Miss Amelia. Miss Sandra, your hand is up. Miss Sandra, unmute your mic, please, and speak. Okay, Miss Patience.
Good evening. Can you hear me, Miss Kogi?
Yes,
Good evening, Miss Juliet.
Good evening.
Good to see you, Miss Kogi, by the way. All right, so I would like to say
but
that.
I can't see you because you close your camera. I can't see you.
No, we'll go see
you
for
are cheating
time.
Me.
I'm in the midst of something. All right, so
okay, Miss Patience.
thank you, Miss Juliet. Thank you, Miss Shola, Mrs. Shola. That was a good one. I like writing on social media, just my experiences, but like Mrs. Shola said, you need to be intentional. So if there's one thing I took from her is being intentional about it. There's so many ideas as a teacher, there's so many things you want to write about and talk about, but then you just have to streamline it. Now let me come to what Miss Juliet talked about, your dressing. So I worked with a teacher in my former school. He's from Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, Monsieur Chanel. Now, Monsieur Chanel was my first teacher when I became he guy in that lady in that picture Miss Juliet showed. He could get away with his dressing because he knew his onions. Like you would just bypass. Now I'm coming from another angle. His dress.
Okay.
How is like, why is he dressed like this? Well, by the time Monsieur Chanel speaks and tells you what he knows, that dressing, and just know while we were in that school, He had a niche for his own style of dressing. He was not. We just knew that Chanel was different because he knew what he knew. It's just like a doctor. When we go to the hospital, we see a doctor, whether the doctor they smell or not, you go hear waiting one talk. You will hear him by force, in as much as we don't want a smelly doctor. So I like the fact that Ms. Goje talked about um not overdoing it, but just be presentable. Just
Yeah.
and then the overall theme of this presentation that Ms. Is bringing, speaking on about presenting this profession well. Like you said, we are the ones that will have to bring this profession to the light. Nobody's going to do it for us. Nobody's ready to do
No.
it for us. We have to do it
Mm-mm.
based on what we know and project what we know as teachers. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Patience, for your contribution. And I will please can you send me an invite in any of your social media handles so that I can follow you up, so I can also contribute to whatever it is you're writing, so that we let us build a strong online community together. Thank you. Ms. Joy, your hand is raised up.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much
Good evening.
for the webinar. I joined even though I joined in late, but from what Ms. Goje said, I've been able to pick one or two. So I'm going to say what Ms. Goje.
Okay.
Ms. Goje is truly a born leader. She's my deputy head in school. I so much admire her because of her professionalism. Right from the interview, she put on a smile. Ms. Goje is one person I like going to her office. She doesn't know, but I'm saying it today. I like going to her office because whenever you enter her office, she's always putting on a smile. So I think professionalism also has to do with your countenance too. As a leader, your subordinates should be able to be free with you, to be able to relate with you, should be able to be approachable to your subordinates. So Ms. Goje, I give it to you. Thank you so much for this training. And then talking about dressing, yes, Ms. Goje is number one person. Every morning, I'll look at her shoe, her outfit with her red lipstick. So she was accurate when she was describing herself with the red lipstick. Ms. Goje is always having that on her lips. And I love her outfit, her fashion sense. She's not overdoing it, but it's always presentable. So as teachers, we should also like dress very well to school. Sometimes there's one time I was not myself. Miss Gojo pulled me to her office. Joy, well, in house, well, let's go make it duka. Go and dress well. So sometimes I know we'll be overwhelmed to like forget ourselves, but please, we should dress well to work anywhere, not only the school environment, anywhere, because you can see these parents anywhere. So we should dress well and also change that narrative, that negative narrative they have about this teaching profession out there. So thank you so much, Ms. Goje. Thank you, the organizer of this training. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Joy, for joining in. There's this song from Annie. If you remember Annie, said, "You're never fully dressed without a smile." Very important. Not just smiling for yourself, smiling for the children, smiling for parents. When some parents are afraid to approach us, and that's why they treat us the way do. They are coming to you to ask about their children, and then you're looking at them and frowning your face. Of course, they want to attack you. But by the time, even if they are coming to fight you, when you look at them and smile and say, "Hello, good morning, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir," you've just poured cold water on them. Because the next thing they want to reply you with a smile, and then you resolve whatever issues we have. Thank you very much for that, Ms. Joy. Okay, Ms. Omokudu, your hand is up. Or mute your mic, please, and say and speak.
Oh, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Ms. Omokudu.
Sorry, I joined in. My battery went out. I had to put on the gen to charge, so I came in again
Sorry.
when dressing and all that was being talked about. I was just happy because I had this in my heart to, I mean, at the beginning of the term to speak. But I was like, if I speak, just speak about this, will it be okay? Will it be sufficient? I needed to put together, something like this, a presentation and show them pictures. Even though they in my school, okay, fairly okay, a couple of them, are very intentional. I personally, I would say, there are lots of challenges with this, dressing. Before I had my baby, oh yes, I was, and when I had my baby, everything just turned upside down, and so the issue was to get to school on time and not, but in my heart, I wasn't really happy, like, I'm unable to do this the way I want it to be done. But the only thing I've seen over the years is this: it's just proper planning. Proper planning.
Yeah.
I would iron. It's stressful, especially when you have other things. In my head, I would just iron a set of tops, iron a set of skirts and trousers, for the week. And of course, I will iron something that will make more than 5 outfits for 5 days, because sometimes your mood affects the way want to dress. Some days
Yeah.
I'm just having this abdominal pain where I don't want to press my tummy, so I just go for a free simple gown. But if it's not planned, you just get turned upside down, and the next thing you find yourself wearing one rumpled, that rumpled clothes. It's oh my. Anywhere, whether as a teacher, whether as a banker, whether once your clothes, it just makes you look shabby, no matter how expensive. And some people will say, "Don't worry, my body go stretch am." Your body cannot stretch everything. There will still be some rumpled parts. So the point I'm just making is this: is planning in one's head. You just know that, okay, yes, this white shirt goes very well. It's not on that Monday morning you want to try on one thing, one combination you have never tried before, and you look like, something funny. So that's what I've done. It was my lifestyle before. I kind of took a break. I just at that point I got clothes that wouldn't need ironing, but something that when I wear good shoes, I look okay on. So that's just my personal experience, and I believe that even now that I'm trying to put myself together, I'll continue and do more. Appearance matters. As a school administrator, when they come in, they just size you from your head to your toes, and once you are just looking somehow, who is this one? Then when you speak, I saw something, I even had to do a screenshot of it in Miss Juliet's presentation just now. Something about what you
Yeah.
say, something, it may not matter, but the other person will, something about your grammar and all. It is extremely important. Once you have said it and you feel it doesn't matter, you've left an impression with that person forever. If you like, speak all the good grammar again for the next 10 years, they will always remember that. So I thank you very much for this opportunity. I hope this is recorded. I would really love to share with my teachers. Again, let them just, yeah, yeah. I have a teacher. My
It's
teachers,
recording.
okay,
It's
my teachers
recording.
are, they are doing quite well. At least they are picking. Everybody is just trying to, getting to know this importance of looking good. I have a teacher who, I don't just know how she does it. There's this color combination. Like I put a comment there. It's not your wardrobe doesn't have to be extensive and expensive. You just need to get it right for your body type, knowledge of color combination and color that suits. And she's just all, that she's always 10 over 10 on any outfit. Simple, just a dress, but she hits the colors very, as in, I admire her. I do. So I pray God help us to really realize that, because it's important. The way parents look down on teachers is appalling, really. I don't take it though, I'm a little hot, but thank God. God will help us. Thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mokudu. Miss Debbie wrote, dressing professionally as a teacher not only boosts your confidence, but also sets a positive example for your students, which is very true. That was Miss Debbie's contribution. Miss Juliet, can you say something to what Ms. Omokudu said? Do you want to advise or add something to what she said?
Okay, ma, I think what you're doing now in terms of encouraging your staff and keep, I think if you mute your mic, I think we're echoing. Yes. So it's all about encouraging your staff. Yes, it's something that you have to just keep talking about. Sometimes, like you said, it's about your mood, it's about what you're going through outside of your office and how you are feeling at the moment. Like you said, when you were about to have your kids, of course, yes, it became quite difficult, which is very, very understandable. No one is perfect 24 hours of the day. But there's something you said is about being intentional, which is what everyone has said. It's about trying your best to put out your best in terms of how you look at yourself and how you present yourself outside. So I can also share, Ms. Reina has this slide, so you can also use the slides too as well for your Friday meeting with your staff, where you can talk about presentation and how they look and the importance of coming to work looking quite professional. So the slides are available to as well. As I said, knowledge is not left for one person. We need to share whatever we have because we all work in schools and everybody needs to learn from everyone. There's something that Miss Emilia said, we don't put ourselves out there. We don't show people what we're capable of doing. So if there's anything that we want to share with anyone, best practices, training materials, anything that we need to help ourselves, let's help ourselves. So the slides are available. You can use it for a Friday meeting. Gather your staff together, talk about it, let everybody share their views. How can the school management help? I know a lot of schools are quite passionate about this too as well. If they hear that the teachers are struggling with wardrobe allowance, there's a way they can work around it. It might not be something spectacular, but at least something to say, okay, I've heard my staff and this is what we have to contribute. The same way when fuel prices increased, I know a lot of schools started giving transport allowance to as well, just to help. So it's something that we can do as well. You can, when you approach this subject with your team, share it with them. Let's hear everybody's views, and then you take it up from there. As a school administrator, yes, it takes a lot of work to manage people and get them to where they need to be. But just being dedicated and putting yourself out there and having that passion to see them succeed in all that they do, of course, yes, it will be excellent at the end of the day. So don't give up and always smile. It's good to smile. Always smile, even when it's going wrong. Always smile. Thank you, Ms. Ohina.
Thank you, Ms. Juliet. Now, still talking about you don't need to break the bank. I remember when I started working with Ms. Juliet. You might remember Ms. Juliet, if you remember. Then there were some times, especially when I took in for my second child, it was like all of a sudden, none of my clothes were my size again. I wasn't dressing well. I wasn't looking good. I knew I wasn't trying. Now, Ms. Juliet gave me some things. I just came to school one day and she just gave me a bag of clothes. I'm like, okay. When I go home, I'm like, Raina, you need to do something. So I went to the market close to us, Duse Markets. There's different markets around you. In Abuja, here we have Karimu Market, we have Duse Markets. You know, where you go and pick bend down boutique, nice one. That time I used to pick some clothes of 50 naira, 100 naira. You will not know. I'll pick it up, take it to the house, wash it, iron it. and it will fit perfectly. You will never know. So sometimes you don't need to go to the boutique, really. If you go to those bend down evening markets or the market days, you know when those market days are. Encourage your teachers. For them, you don't need to buy packet shirts that is crested, that costs 5,000 naira when you know that your salary is not up to. We all know teachers are not paid as we should be paid anyway. So with your little, know where you can stop and how you can recycle it. Thank you so much, everyone. Any other person want to say something or you want to ask a question? Miss Shola is still here. Miss Juliet is still here to answer any question, any contribution. Okay, I'm still seeing hands up. Miss Elizabeth.
Okay.
One of my son's teachers, I think my son's first teacher. Miss Elizabeth, please unmute your mic and speak. Miss Amos. Okay, while she's getting ready, Miss Sandra, I saw your hand up. Miss Sandra, yeah? Miss Sandra, Ayodele, unmute your mic and speak, please. Yes, Miss Sandra. Okay, Mr. Mokudu.
While Miss Sandra is getting ready,
While Miss Sandra is getting ready, Mr. Mokudu, please.
Yes, can you hear me? Can you say
Okay, Miss
Thank you
Sandra,
for
okay.
the talk. Yeah, thank you for the talk, ma. Really, it's very insightful and I really gained a lot. I'm talking about the dress code. What I wanted to say is, I think dressing is all about mindset, the kind of mindset that we have as teachers. You know, we've said a lot, and truly, it really goes a long way in the way we perceive ourselves as teachers. For me, I love looking good. If I go to school, my kids, the way they, they say, "Ah, ma, you're looking good, you're looking this." I say, yeah, it's the way you carry yourself as a teacher. And I think it's very, very important that we deeply look into it. So your mindset goes a long way in the way you perceive, the way you look at yourself. What do you even think about yourself as a teacher? How do you see yourself? You know? So I think we need to, as teachers, we need to really look into that. And I think to help us in the long run. So thank you. Thank you, Ms. Rahina. Thank you, ma'am, for the teaching.
Thank you, Miss Sandra, for your contribution. Miss Sandra was saying it's mindset. Yes, I've heard teachers say, I beg, I don't care, Joe. I wear anything, I beg, I don't care. You should care. Just like we care about how we dress to go to parties, go to weddings, go to church. You should care when you're dressing to go to church. Take it to your classroom. Thank you, Miss Sandra. Oh, Miss Mokudu has left, maybe her network. Miss Elizabeth, your hand is still up. Miss Elizabeth, are you there?
Why you who pour powder here
Okay.
like on the step?
Okay.
Come down. Why you are crying there like that?
I think Miss Sandra, are you saying something? Okay. I'm going to tie this dressing with the online presence. The things that you post, your pictures that you post, the way you handle yourself online. Please, it's not every dress that you wear and you feel you're looking good that you post online. you go. I've seen a teacher that posted and she was at the pool with bikini. I was like, okay, what would the children say if they see? So the way we dress should not only be only in the classroom, it should also be online. Where I used to work, not at Abuja Prep, one of my teachers one time was fired. Why? That's parents said they used to see her at the club. She always drank and got drunk. So they brought it to the school and said she had to be fired. And that's how she lost her job. So it's not just about school. Wherever you are going to, supermarkets, as teachers, you have to be intentional. There are some clothes that we really want. For instance, me, I want to be wearing bomb shorts to go out to, but I can't. I have to wear it in my bedroom because I'm in Abuja and I've taught in several schools in Abuja. I can go to any shop and I'll see my children there. Then what? How would they look at me, especially the boys? How would they look at me? We need to be intentional about that. Then your articles also, whatever you are posting online, your online presence, like Ms. Shola has said, be careful what you post. Be careful the kind of videos you post. Be careful what you write and post, because these children are growing and you will have definitely, except you're a monster, there'll be one child that has you as a favorite. That child will look for you. And then what? When they see whatever it is they are seeing. Thank you very much for everyone. Any other contribution or question? Miss Sandra, your hand is still up. You still want to say something? Okay, so I believe we have come to the end of this session. Finally, thank you everyone that was able to make it. I see people have been coming on and going out. I think network is really bad in Abuja, at least. It's about to rain. And we're going to have more of this. Those of you that know me, know that I'm a pest. Once I've started something, I'm going to chase all of you. We are going to have more of this. Some of you that are here, get ready. You don't know which of you I'm going to tell you next week. Now I'll tell you, okay, you are going to be the one talking about so and so and so and so. So be ready. Reina is out for all of you. Miss Awa, I saw your hand up.
Hi, Miss Kogi. How are you?
Hi, Miss Awa.
Yes, I think I just wanted to pick up on what you said about your colleague that was fired. I don't know. This might be me being too I don't know, but is she not allowed to have a private life outside school? I mean, maybe that's how she unwinds after a long week of teaching children. I don't know. Maybe that's just how I'm seeing it. But I feel like people should be able to draw the line between when you're in school and you are a professional and when you're just having some downtime. And it's not like she's on a Monday morning, she's at the club drinking when she's supposed to be in school. I don't know if you catch my drift.
Okay, I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I told somebody one time, teachers are like the clergy. We are like the regular pastor or imam. Just like the clergy cannot just misbehave anyhow online. That's how we cannot, unfortunately for us. So even your downtime, your private life is actually not so private. It's not, I don't know if you've been to a supermarket before and just like that, you met one of your children. It has
So
happened to
many
me
times.
before.
So many times.
I went to the supermarket with my bathroom slippers and there was one of my children. And the child ran and hugged me and the parent was looking at me like, what are you doing here like this? I was like, oh my God. So as a teacher, you actually don't have a private life. You are just like a clergy person. You are just like a politician that stands out wherever you go. If we see, for instance, our president tomorrow at the beach without a shirt, social media will carry it.
But
And
he will not be
you will see
fired.
those that are saying yes or no. So it's the same thing. You just have to be careful because, like I said, these children, they are out for you. Some parents, I don't know, already I'm very sure you have parents that are following you on social media. And then your whatever you post will pop up and then they'll look at you. Maybe they'll see you drinking and smoking, a picture of you drinking and smoking, or you partying. The next thing they'll start looking at you. Is this my child's teacher? Or is my friend's child's teacher? Something like that. And then you know how parents are, you know how they are. You know parents very well. You know how they are. So just to keep yourself safe, you just need to learn how to play safe so that nothing bounces back on you. And in America, I think it's a teacher had early this year, she was fired from her job because they found her Tinder account. Her Tinder account was connected to her, and that's how she was fired, just like that. So we just have to be careful, really. Thank you, Ms. Hawa. Ms.
Serena,
Omokudu.
let me. Can I add
Okay, yes,
something to what you
Sorry,
said?
let Miss Sola say something regarding this. Miss Shola.
Okay. All right. So what I want to say is not so much. As educators, we need to understand that most of these parents in our care, they don't even know what they want. I mean, they are just like their children. Nobody is saying that a teacher cannot unwind. I mean, the case that you gave, the teacher went to a club. I mean, I don't think a teacher should go, but now we should be able to separate our professional life from our private life. To the point of the teacher getting drunk, no, that's the height of it. That is just the height of it. You're not just influencing the children. A teacher is a role model. You're mentoring. And then whether we like it or not, I used to tell my teachers that some of the things that they do is just like an anointing. So when I know that you're doing something, I don't want to tolerate any bad behavior, because we don't need to even tell these children that behave in a way that is bad. Because you are behaving like that, naturally, you transfer that anointing to the children without any effort. So a teacher going to a club, getting drunk, no, that is the height of it. There are code of conduct that apply for educators. You have seen this profession. It is about molding lives. You cannot go, what will you, okay, and then you will come to the classroom. Maybe in social studies, we are talking about social vices. What do you have to say about the social vices? Somebody's getting drunk and falling inside gutter or messing themselves up? No.
Exactly.
A teacher that can get drunk with condone examination malpractice, I'm sorry. A teacher that can go that mile will bring bad energy into the school and even spoil. If you're working in a private school, would be spoiling the image of the school. Remember, I don't know if you're working in a public school, maybe, but a private school that they are still trying to build their visibility, they're also trying to build, improve enrollment. And then people are saying, that school, that teacher is that school. No. You cannot do it. You cannot. There are rules guiding teachers, and I think teachers should. Morally, teachers are expected to be upright. We are robots to people. Even parents are looking up to teachers as role models. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry.
Thank you, Miss
Come
Shola.
back. I'm sorry, but I feel like those are.
Miss Hawa, before you say
those-
something.
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Rahina, I would like to add, I
Yes.
think one thing teachers need to understand is that I feel that teachers put themselves under a lot of pressure to act in a certain way at school. And then when they go outside, that is when they want to be themselves.
Yes.
My motto is Be yourself regardless of wherever you are.
Everywhere.
I always use myself as an example. My children and everybody in Abuja Prep knows that Miss Juliet has two personalities. There's Miss Goje, a very serious one, professional, not smiling, ticking all the T's, dotting all the I's. And there's Miss Juliet, the very useless one that is making noise, jumping. Once she hears music, she's dancing at the top of her voice. Thursday treat, which is in our school, is music morning. So from the gate, I'm already dancing. Even from the gate, the parents just see, they say, it's Miss Juliet now. Is it not Miss
We did
Juliet?
on Thursday.
Is it not Miss Juliet? Is it not Miss Juliet? So I think a lot of teachers put so much pressure on themselves to be proper, prim and proper at all times. So when you present yourself as prim and proper at all times, of course, yes, when you go to the club and you mess up, it's not possible for your employer to correlate those two people together. Why? Because you are always prim and proper all the time. I understand that teachers have a private life. Yes, it's very important to have that private life and be who you are. But I'm not saying you should bring the Olosho to school, but there's a level of the Olosho that you can show in school that everybody will know that, yes, this is a jolly person outside work. She knows how to have fun and unwind. And she finds that balance too as well. So it is very important for us to find that balance. If you are professional, as if you are tight all the time, of course, yes, if they see you outside in a supermarket wearing your shorts and your t-shirt, which for you is a Saturday, I just want to wear my knee shorts, go to the shop with nice Crocs, with a t-shirt. There's nothing wrong with that, because it doesn't mean because I'm a teacher, I have to be properly dressed all the time. So they know that personality about me as well at school. I am very crazy when I need to be crazy, and I'm very prim and proper when I need to. So it's very important for us to find that balance as teachers. Be yourself. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Be yourself. Be yourself. Thank you, Miss Juliet. Yeah, Miss Hawaii, you want to say something again?
No, that's where I was driving at as well, because I feel like sometimes we put undue pressure on teachers. You have to be perfect all the time, and for me that's one thing I don't, that's one thing I like to kick against, because ultimately we are humans, right? And we will make mistakes. And some of the best teachers I know will go out on a Friday night and drink, probably not get drunk, but drink to unwind. Miss Juliet is putting her hand up. But drinking does not equal a bad person or a bad teacher. So
no.
Uh-huh.
It's like I said, just be careful. I'm not saying don't do anything, don't do this or just be careful is what just like at home with your kids. There's some certain things you don't want your kids to see. That like if you're dressing, also there's a certain way you dress, you don't want them to see, That's just it. Just be careful is all I'm trying to drive at. Be relaxed, be free, but be careful also in all we are doing. That's all I'm trying to say. Miss Debbie, your hand was up at one time.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I just wanted to, and thank God Miss Juliet already spoke about what I was about to say, and Miss Awa just also supported it. I feel we should just be ourselves, no pretense. Let them know you for who you are. So by the time they are saying something, they know that this is who you are. It's not like, but she's like this. Why are we seeing something else? So just be yourself. Relax when you need to relax. Enjoy when you need to enjoy. Not because we are teachers and we don't have a life of our own. We are teachers. Yes, we still have a life of our own. But even at that, like you said, we need to be careful. You need to be careful. You need to know what you're doing. And the way parents look at us is also very key, and the children too. So just know what you're doing, be careful, and represent yourself correctly. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Debbie. Mr. Mokudu.
So, some of the things Miss Shola said, I quite agree. But just in a general sense, I think teachers should know and organizational standards. I I work in a Christian school, a real Christian school, and I mean, this being yourself, if one is the person that likes to drink and get drunk, I mean, it can't, the two won't mix. You understand? It won't mix. So just in a general sense, we should know what is acceptable in our organization and act as we should. Even in other places, there was someone who went to a new environment and everybody looking up to him and all. And he got to the market one day and saw where they sell second-hand, blazers. It was a little difficult for him to just freely pick and all that, because the people that know him are more, I mean, that those that he knows. People can easily just say, oh, just like my school is a small school, all the parents would know, but to get to a point, I may not know all of them. So it was difficult. He had to put on his face masks, wear his cap and disguise to just pick one or two things, because yes, it's not against the organization rules, it's not against it, but it will just kind of reduce the standard which every other person had placed him in their minds, like you safe, or maybe the day he even now wears the suit of 2 million naira, they'll say, is that one? I know where he go. You know how, so sometimes you just avoid those kind of things, so for that teacher getting sacked, well, I think it's against the law. I'm not sure, because I joined in on a webinar on ACSI where one top HR guy talked to us, so, and he said something, it doesn't even matter what terms and conditions are. Most schools, we have policies, we have terms and conditions, you sign to them and all that. It becomes null and void in the face of the law.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
And that things, even if I'm one weary, even if I'm one club that the teacher teaching my child in class was not just a one-time thing, they've been saying her, they too are going to the club and they are getting children to end up like them, or in that way age. Maybe they may hide theirs, but they are not can expose their children to. And anything a teacher says is, in a general sense, we should know where we are, our organizational values, what we can keep up. Some teachers will now lock, their status. They'll block some people off their status when they are uploading some kind of, content and all that. I mean, this being yourself is good, but let's just put ourselves also in these parents' shoes. And sometimes it's better you don't even know that such a thing is happening. So thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, everyone. It's almost 2 hours together. I didn't think we would spend 2 hours, though. I was thinking at most we'll spend 1.5 hours. Thank you, everyone, for finding the time to join in. Like I said, we're going to be having more of this. Some of you that are here, some that have left, get ready. Don't be doing your press off, knowing that I'm going to call on you at any time at all. Be ready for me. I'm out for all of you teachers. Let's come and share our experiences, share our insights, so that we can all learn, so we can all be better, so that when people look at us and say, oh, what do you do? When you say I'm a teacher, they'll say, oh, please, let me step away. This one that you're a teacher, will have more respect, will be respected more, be regarded more in the society. Thank you, everyone, once again. I'm really pleased, I'm honored by your presence. Hope to see you more. Hope to see you soon. Thank you. And good night. So you can sign out.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. It was so wonderful.
Thank you too.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Miss Shola. Bye. We'll talk soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.